When the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. That's what I'm
We
saying.
do. Oh, Julia sang for me today. Oh.
Welcome to Horror Movie Survival Guide, Disco Citizens, the podcast where gorehounds
And best friends, Terry Gamble
and Julia Marchesi break down a different horror movie each week,
exploring a multitude of genres, subgenres,
and subgenres,
classic and cult,
international
and underground flicks alike, determining which films are the goriest,
and offering up Horror Movie Survival Guide tips to
help you stay alive.
You never know when the surprise mini-sodes will show up here on Horror Movie Survival Guide. We like to keep you on your toes.
Hey, Julia, we always keeping each other on our toes. We keep the fans on their toes. We gotta keep everybody on their tiptoes. You gotta be on your toes because there might be
but not tiptoes. Don't
oh God,
go
go.
Don't go there. This is not what this is about. This is
this is not no. I was like, but it is a Sundance movie like Tiptoes was, so that's interesting.
Aha.
There is a through line. We can connect these two. But this one's good, so thank goodness. It's not 2004's Tiptoes. Don't watch it. I had somebody who listened to our show once. We did talk about it, and they're like, I watched it. I was like, we literally said you don't need to watch it. He was like, yeah, it was really bad. It was a waste of my time. I was like, we told you, we watched it for you. You don't got to do it. But this one we watched, but we also would think you should watch too. This is a new movie coming out that was a Sundance movie as well. It's called Didn't Die. It premiered at the 2025 Sundance Film Festival as a midnight feature. And it's an incredible film. It is directed by the Walking Dead director, Meera Menon. And it's coming out on March 6th in theaters. So you can grab it, see it in the theater, as you should with cinema. See it big and beautiful. Take your friends with you so you can cuddle and plan your apocalypse team at the end of the world. It's looking at Menon's Altadena home that was tragically consumed by the LA fires and revolves around an unfolding zombie apocalypse in rural America. She plays a podcast host, so a little close to home for us.
Yeah.
She struggles to maintain her dwindling audience amidst the chaos. So literally making a podcast in the apocalypse. I said, yep, sign us up. We got to talk about that.
and then we wonder, like, would we, in this scenario, hang on to Horror Movie Survival Guide for its like bit of normalcy? I can understand that.
Yeah,
but even if nobody's listening, because when we do this, we don't really get to know who's listening, right? It's just this kind of into the void, whoever. So by any means, it could be no one in here. It kind of, but like hanging on to anything. When the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. That's what I'm saying.
We do. Oh, Julia sang for me today. Oh, I love that. And it really is, a labor of love. We have Emmy nominee Kieran Dale, who stars in the film. It's just, a tour de force of just, minding the loneliness that happens and the isolation of having wide open spaces, but not knowing if there's going to be some monster coming to get you anywhere you go. We had a chance recently to talk with Daniel Krause, the author, talking about, Living Dead and like that kind of the vibe of what that is and Night of the Living Dead and what that's really, can be about. His new book, Partially Devoured, I think is a really nice companion, honestly, to this as well.
It
too.
Is.
If you want to read that and then get into watch the original OG Living Dead and then this, I feel like if you want to have a nice blizzard day, if the snows come back for you East Coasters out there, this would be a really, interesting, I think, deep dive to go into.
Plus, in this movie, we have a Barbara, so we have that through line as well. And, it does kind of compare to Night of the Living Dead because you have people in a house knowing there's zombies outside, right? That which changes the dynamic of any conversation they're having if you're having it knowing there's zombies outside it, and so I think that this is such a good job of really focusing on the characters and how they are surviving this, because it's different for every film. And I feel like this is a great one where you have family, but there is also that fear of like that family can be taken from you at any second. And that's a terrifying way to live.
And also the, prospect of what does it mean if your family expands during this this kind of time. And I think a lot of people have that question too, that I feel of like people who had kids over like the last few years or through like the pandemic and everything too, that were like, what am I done? What have I brought a child into this? And so there's a baby in this movie too. And it's just like, oh, that added element of like, what does it mean to have a new life? you get to kind of like see, I think, life beautifully and differently. I lived with a baby during the first few years, and from 2019 to 2022, my my sweet little nephew, but to see him and see life through his eyes kind of made me feel optimistic, even when things felt really bleak during certain years. Um, I don't know. It's something beautiful about that as well in this movie. So I love that it has that element.
Agreed. I think, the performances are solid. It's a great premise. It's shot mainly beautifully in black and white, which is gorgeous. And it's just, a different take on the zombie apocalypse, which is, there's infinite takes of it, and that's what makes it interesting. But also, we always have to say thank you to George Romero, because he is the one who brought it out and made the zombies what they were. So it all stems from there.
You can see the blueprint through and through. I was like, yes. And then the little the winks and nods, as you said, with with Barbara as one of the characters. So it centers around the 100th episode coming out of this podcast and the apocalypse, which I also find, what does it mean to celebrate a milestone when it feels like the earth is crumbling? There's a lot of questions that I think are really absolutely freaking
I
relevant
mean, we talk about
to
that all
right
the time,
now.
Terry.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. Well, we're about to have our 500th this year. We're like, well, okay, cool.
Now
What
what?
does that mean? What do we do now? So, again, like I said, solid performances from this cast, and again, family. It's all about family, and what does that all
Yeah.
mean?
So thank you to Sean Decker for sending this movie our way. We really, really dug it, and we wanted to give it a special shout out because it is coming out in theaters. And as always, we implore you to see films in theaters because they're infinitely better that way, meant to be seen that way. The audience makes what it is.
Heck yeah, let's go. And for those watching on YouTube, I will attach the trailer to this, and so you guys can watch the trailer right after. All right, and to get a little teaser and jump on into it. Thanks so much again. You have a beautiful rest of your day, and you can find us on all the things. Like, follow, subscribe. I feel like the character of the movie right now.
I know it's really upsetting.
Hi, let us know. Hopefully we see you at the town hall. Just kidding, we're not doing a town hall, but we will be doing things soon, I'm sure. So you take care.
Thank you for listening, and thanks for supporting independent cinema.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for listening. Horror Movie Survival Guide is independently produced by Terry Gamble, Julia Marchesi, and Sierra Ryan. Hey, that's me. If you would like to support the show, find us on patreon.com/horror movie survival guide.
Hello, listeners of the Didn't Die podcast. This is our 100th episode, 100. We did it. Thank you for listening. You've made it worth it that we didn't die. So this is just a friendly reminder to stay alert, especially at night when biters feed. And you guys know the most important rule. Kill to avoid further spread. Jesus, Barbara.
Malhotra family in the house. What's up?
All right.
I saw a biter during the day.
No way. That's impossible.
Okay, but one biter could mean more biters, and more biters could mean thousands of biters.
How are we surviving? Guys, how are we doing?
I got really lonely and I thought about killing myself, but I ran out of bullets like a long time ago.
Does anyone else have something?
Does anybody know this baby or just want it?
Vincent?
Hi.
I can't believe you're still alive.
You are too?
I really thought I would be ripped if I was gonna be in a doomsday situation. It's like I can't even do a push-up. A lot of you have lost a lot of stuff, but like, where are the hot people at? Less biters, more orgies, Little talked about problem. Vincent, is this how you're living?
I'm just trying my best, and this is it.
I don't like him and he shouldn't be here.
Vin!
Come on, let's go.
You've had a gun this whole time?
I could interview you.
Did you just have a good idea?
Are you okay?
Sometimes I find myself saying the words so many times until they lose all meaning. Didn't die, didn't die, didn't die, didn't die. And eventually it just becomes, didn't I? You should listen to my podcast. You would feel
I do listen to your podcast. Why do you keep calling it a podcast? It's on the radio.